The first quarter of the year 2018 started on a shaky note in terms of flight security, with reports of passenger aghast and fear when one of the emergency doors of a domestic airline fell off landing at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja. Other reports include an aircraft overshooting the runway, among so many other incidents. The good news for the year 2018 is that so far there has not been any case of fatalities recorded. This has been an achievement that has steadily been maintained over the last 3 years.
And so far so good. This is the fourth year now running without accident with fatalities. I mean, civil aircraft and commercial in that order. So no fatality, no accident. So it has been a safe year for us. And safety is not something that happens by accident. You plan for it. And what I mean by plan for it is that meaning that you are ensuring that everybody do what they need to do, and once that is done, you have a safe operation. So basically, it's a good year for us.
But with the near-fatal incident, the Accident Investigation Bureau says the implementation of recommendation from investigation remain pivotal to ensuring prevention of reoccurrences.
Between 2007 that AIB came into being operationally, and now we have had not fewer than 154 safety recommendations, addressed to various organizations like Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority, the Federal Airport Authority of Nigeria, the airline operators, and even grant handlers like NACO and SACO. All these safety recommendations, maybe less than 70% of them have been implemented, maybe about 70% of them. And then in order to ensure that what we were dishing out were properly implemented, and if they were not properly implemented, what could have caused it, we, the Honorable Minister of Aviation, Minister of State for Aviation, Senator Adi Sirika, set up a committee to look into that. If you don't implement those safety recommendations, you are waiting for another accident. The purpose of accident investigation is to prevent future reoccurrence, is to prevent another accident from happening. So if you don't implement it, it has defeated the purpose of investigating such occurrences. So I think the industry has come to realize that. They have come to realize the importance of accident investigation.
The nation transitioned into the second quarter of the year with preparations for a fresh attempt to set plans in motion for a new national carrier, following various unsuccessful attempts. By July 18, at the Farnborough Air Show, Nigeria's Minister of State for Aviation made an announcement which unveiled the new name and logo of Nigeria Air. Shockingly, Wednesday, September 19th, saw a sharp twist of fate as the minister said the Federal Executive Council had taken the decision to suspend Project Nigeria Air in the interim. No further explanation has been given for the suspension. Aviation experts say it is not a cancelled project and hope for the best.
I was shocked when I heard that announcement. Right from day one, right from the beginning, I kept saying, we are talking of national carrier. We are not talking of government carrier like Nigerian Airways. I don't think government will go ahead to cancel it. If government cancel it, it's a shame on everybody. It's a big shame on us. We need a national carrier or a flag carrier. And when you have a flag carrier, I always say, don't make it a private driven. Let it go to the stock exchange. Government may not have a dime inside it, but let it go to the stock exchange so that it becomes a public. Because the international route they are going to offer, the Basa route, doesn't belong to them. It belongs to you and I. We have a lot of experiences in the past. We had the experience of KLM and Nigerian Airways. We had the experience of South African Airways and Nigerian Airways. It didn't work. That's on one side, government airline and foreign airline, foreign counterpart. The second experience we had is private airlines. Since 1985, liberalization has started. We didn't learn any lesson, good lesson from the private airlines. We never learned. Up to today, we are not learning.
The next point of order to get things seemingly right was the part payment of the severance packages owed former workers of Nigerian Airways after liquidation in 2003. protest and dialogues pushed through till September 24th, when the Finance Minister disclosed the federal government had released 22.68 billion naira to settle part payment of the retirement benefits of former workers of the defunct airways.
I can tell you from personal experience that this is quite a relief. It's been a very harrowing experience for majority of my colleagues.
However, the presidential initiative on continuous audit revealed that some of the workers and pensioners of the defunct Nigerian Airways engaged in multiple verification, which stalled some payments. Some started receiving alerts few days after verification, while other workers complained of marginalization.
Now they're telling us there are no forms, no more forms. We believe that this confusion is caused intentionally. Otherwise, there is no need for it because they have experience doing this exercise. It's not their first time. It's not the first time they've done verification.
We don't even know what is happening, even up to this moment. We are hungry, but to the God be the glory that after these donkey years that they have remembered us. That's the most important thing.
And in other matters, the cost of aviation fuel, Jet A1, still remains a burden for most domestic airlines. Meanwhile, still in the month of October, Aviation Union shut down the Murtala Muhammad International Airport 2 over the sack of 20 workers. The protesting unions included the National Union of Air Transport Employees, Air Transport Services Senior Staff Association of Nigeria, and the National Association of Airport Pilot and Engineers. The union said they were compelled to issue the notice following the refusal of the Bicotny Aviation Services Limited management to cooperate with the interventions of the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority and airport security agencies. The crux of the matter, unionization.
We have been on this since May, when they sacked 62 workers that signified their intention to join our unions. We tried to approach them, they refused, and we reported the matter to NCAA. NCAA intervened, and our discussion, despite the fact that at the first meeting they declined to show up, we still availed them series of opportunities. We had series of meetings, and what they are saying is different, has been different from what were before the committee that was handling this.
The way forward to the current imbroglio is a very simple one, which I also know that Dr. Wale Babalaki is aware of, being a lawyer and a senior advocate for that matter. Freedom to unionize is the right of every citizen of Nigeria. He cannot stop that from happening. So, as we have told the mediators from the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority, immediately the management of Bicotny allows for freedom of association, freedom to belong and join the unions. That will be the first leg in sorting out this problem. The second leg, which is also very fundamental, is that it is a criminal thing for any employer to sack a staff for joining a trade union. And we have a situation on our hands where certain numbers of people who were the first names to be given to management as members of the union got sacked. No due process was followed, and we are saying you must first of all reinstate these people. If any of them had committed any offense, set up a disciplinary committee as it's done in every civilized society.
The state of maintenance, repair and overhaul facilities is a cause for concern among other airport infrastructure, missing elements in the aviation sector.
Most airports in this country, actually about 20-something of them, I can bet you that less than 30% of them have runway like that. That's why you find out that the airlines cannot fly to most of these airports at night. The only place you can fly to after 7 o'clock in this country now, Abuja, come back to Lagos, possibly Kaduna, Kano, and maybe Port Harcourt. The issue of radar is there. They just brought the issue of radar just 2 or 3 weeks ago. Everybody keep denying. Even when they said that the radar has outlived its usefulness.
The federal government this year provided tax waivers for domestic airlines in the country, estimated to be about 50 billion naira. However, from the perspective of the airlines, there are some pertinent issues yet to be addressed.
On the issue of airlines paying their bills, one of the things that is not there at this time is accurate on-time billing. When bills come to airlines 3 months later, it is almost impossible to reconcile. And if you're not able to reconcile your bills, or you're disputing your bills, there's absolutely no way you're going to make payments.
Hearty news in December wraps up the year with the new terminal at Abuja Airport, which is one of the 4 new ones being constructed at the cost of $600 million by the CCECC under the Export-Import Bank of China loan.
Yeah, well, I congratulate the federal government for achieving that. Some weeks back, Port Harcourt Commission, and now it's Abuja. That's two to go. The project was started by the PDP government of President Jonathan, and then Minister Celestella Odua, who went to the Chinese government and collected the loan for those 5 terminals. So they are late in delivering, but they have been delivered. Let us see how we go from there. We all appreciate the beauty of having new terminals, because when you have new terminals and terminals that are well equipped, you attract investment. And when you attract investment, you attract flights. When you attract flights, fares and cost of travel will drop.
President Buhari had in October inaugurated a new terminal in Port Harcourt, while the remaining 2 are expected to be ready for use in 2019. Reporting for Plus TV Africa, David Alabi.